Let's take a look now at the updated cone for those of you that may have been running around or just kind of doing a few things at home. There's your latest cone from the 5 o'clock advisory. And notice how far north the storm is. There's Tampa Bay. It's almost due west now. It is getting better organized. And we think that at landfall, this is going to be a hurricane. The question is, will it rapidly intensify into a Category 2 prior to landfall? It's a little bit of dry air on the southern side of the storm that's been kind of slow to make that happen. But for us, if there's going to be any power outages, to answer some of your questions about where here in our area, there you go. Maybe Ocala, possible there if we get some heavier winds later on, but the greatest risk is going to be closer to the center of that storm. So that's the question that Summer wanted to know. Now she's got her answer. The wind, rain, as these squalls come on in, things pick on up. And look at the big ball of energy now, and some of the buoy data. We've got the wind reports of close to 60 to 65 miles an hour off the west coast there of Florida. Look at all these flood warnings now along the west coast. Big bands of moderate to heavy rain coming through the heart of central Florida at this hour. But we've been awfully lucky. I thought by now that we'd likely have 1 or 2 tornado warnings. We got a lot of wind, and you notice that when these squalls move on in, but we haven't had any rotation along these outer bands, so that's a good sign for now. There is some strong gusty winds, though, quickly moving towards southern Brevard on into southern Volusia County with this big band that's going to drop a quick ½ inch to 1 inch of rain in a very short period of time. So stay off the roads. Let this pass on through metro areas. More of the same. Sanford, Lake Jessup, 417, the beach line. Very, very wet at this hour. And then off towards the north and the west, look at Leesburg, the Villages, over towards Ocala. Big time tropical downpours ongoing here. We'll continue to monitor that. Real quickly, some of the rainfall totals in the 2+ already inch range off towards the west, while to the south and the east, Cam, starting to see 3+ inches of rain now right along the Osceola-Brevard County line.
Oh, yeah, and more rain is on the way. Some of us could pick up an additional ½ foot of rain once this is all said and done. And you know what? The worst of the weather, unfortunately for us, is not even over yet or there yet. We're actually expecting the worst of the weather to happen overnight tonight as Debbie makes landfall in the Big Bend region there in Florida. So here's a look at 2 a.m. Yes, this is overnight tonight, likely while you're sleeping. We're going to start to see some of the stronger thunderstorms really rolling in, especially for areas west of I-75. Winds will pick up as well. In fact, look at these winds as we get into about daybreak tomorrow. 6 a.m. Winds of 50 miles per hour, almost there in Ocala, as well as in the Villages in Wildwood. Sumter County and Marion County under a tropical storm warning, and you can definitely see why. Definitely some tropical storm strength winds there out towards the east along I-4. Heavy spouts of rain. We can't even rule out the threat of severe weather overnight tonight into early tomorrow morning as the squally weather comes in from south to north. Here's a look at 9 a.m. We are still going to see heavy bands of rain continuing through about lunchtime and very strong winds as well. Look at this, winds of over 40 miles per hour just west of the Orlando metro. Once we get into late tomorrow afternoon, though, that's when we start to see those winds die down just a bit. And then as we go into Tuesday morning, the worst of it will be over. Debbie will be long gone off to our north and east. So in terms of amount of rain, 4 to 7 additional inches expected for areas along I-75 and the Orlando metro, about 3 to 5 along the coast there, 1 to 3 inches. So here's a look at, so we take a look county by county. The worst impacts will be out towards the west for our I-75 counties, including Sumter, Lake, and Marion counties. Rainfall 4 to 7 inches. Wind gusts as strong as 55 miles per hour. Along the I-4 corridor, we are going to see the worst of weather overnight tonight into Monday afternoon. Wind gusts as strong as 45 miles per hour with additional 2 to 5 inches of rain, isolated 5 inches or more in the Orlando metro. Out towards the coast, not as high of rain. Out towards the south in Brevard, 1 to 4 inches of rain. Up to the north in Flagler as well as Volusia County, we're talking about 3 to 6 inches of rain. Watching the threat for severe storms for tonight into tomorrow morning, which is why it's a first warning weather night, even through the day tomorrow as well, through about midday lunchtime. Here's a look at your Central Florida certified most accurate forecast. First warning weather day tomorrow, still keeping the chances of rain around lingering on Tuesday, and then we return to more of our typical summertime weather pattern as we go into mid to late week. More news for you coming up on the other side of the break.